Hey guys, welcome back to the other side of the coin. Look, it's a bit of a different setting. I'm actually away for the weekend with some friends and my family, obviously, but I still managed to watch the game. I was a bit late in the first half. I got in on the 27th minute, but pretty much caught the most of the game. And boy, oh boy, what a fantastic match it was for us. Emphatic victory. The style of football that I saw yesterday, the kind of football that we played is exactly what I want to see from Frank Lampard and Chelsea. And honestly, there was a bit of doubt since the season started, but after watching that match, I feel so proud, and I feel that maybe we need to really be patient throughout the season. Obviously, we've got a lot of new players and they're gelling in, and that performance honestly gave me a lot of heart. But before we get into the whole match analysis, my perspective on it, I want to take this opportunity to let you guys know, guys, if you're already here, smash the like button. It helps my channel out a lot, helps me out a lot as well. And if you're already here and you're new, please subscribe, help me get to 2,000 subscribers. I'm very close to it. And hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. All right, let's get this started, guys. It's been an exciting game, and I want to talk about a lot of things. But before I get into the whole player analysis side of things, I want to talk about the defensive line, the midfield line, and the forwards. I think as a collective, I need to share exactly what I saw in that match, and I hope you guys can let me know what you think as well. So first of all, the backline, guys. First of all, Mendy. I don't think he had to do anything. He was a bit of a spectator, and that's perfect for us. And his combination with Zouma and Thiago Silva, who also speak French, I think is helping out that whole situation, that gelling situation. I think Azpi can speak French as well, so that helps out. So Ben Chilwell, I hope he can start learning French and get in on the act. But overall, that whole backline, guys, was so solid. I've never seen that backline ever so solid before up until then. That lineup, the whole lineup was fantastic, which we'll touch on later on. But yeah, Azpi on the right, Thiago Silva in his preferred position on the right centre back, and Zouma on the left centre back, and Ben Chilwell was an absolute dynamic left back. And the kind of game that he gives us, not only moving forward but defensively, he was strong as well. He gives us so much width, but it's his recovery pace. Whenever there was a break from Crystal Palace, he was so quick to help out. And overall, that defense looked really good. One thing I really want to point out is how the defensive line was constantly, as we were playing a high line, which is natural up against a Crystal Palace team that was sitting back. It was great to see that the defensive line was very close to the midfield line, and the gap between the two was minimal, which helps out when there's a counter from Crystal Palace, that our midfielders don't have to track back a lot because the defense was high up and really suffocated Crystal Palace with any sort of opportunity. Zouma was a beast in defense. Thiago Silva was a beast in defense. Azpi, I think he's so underrated. We'll touch on his captaincy caliber down the track with that whole penalty situation, but his efforts in the right side, I mean, it's so underrated. I know we all said that it's Reece James' season, but I don't think we can ignore the fact that how much of a great right back he is. We'll touch on the Chilwell situation again. I want to express a lot more, his fantastic play a lot more down the track in this video. Secondly, in the midfield, Jorginho and Kante. We all know Kante is a workhorse. He's an absolute engine, so I don't really need to talk about that. Everyone knows that. But Jorginho, guys, for me, that match, honestly, it showed me what Jorginho can do. In recent times, I've been very critical about Jorginho, but that particular match against Palace, and mind you, Palace is not an easy team. They're a very physical team. They're quick. They've got some blockbuster forwards. Their midfield is strong as well. But the way we were pressing them, the high line, Jorginho off the ball, he was so great defensively. Every time Palace looked like they were going to counterattack, he pressed out and he won the ball. He showed so much energy. And I love that about him in that match yesterday. I was really proud about his performance. And if he can continue this way, honestly, I don't think we need a DM. And Kovacic is probably the one that needs to start waking up a bit. That if Jorginho starts pulling out these sort of performances, that's great competition. And look, let's face it, most of the teams that we're going to play are probably going to sit back. But I'm a bit weary still that I haven't seen Jorginho play like that. So consistency is a big thing. And he scored 2 penalties as well. So fantastic performance all in all. His passing range was back as well, which was perfect. Forward line, guys, Kai Havertz, some of his movements that I saw, the way he was shrugging off, the way he sort of turned, one touch passing, it was sublime to see. The way sometimes he was breaking the lines, beautiful. And of course, that penalty that he won, it was so nicely, sort of he took that touch and, wins the penalty. So Kai Havertz was fantastic. Hudson-Odoi, I don't know, a lot of people in the social media, there were a few people that were saying that they weren't impressed with him. I was very, very impressed. There was a movement in the second half where he, cuts on the outside, takes a player 1v1 on the outside, whips in across, and Tammy Abraham really should have helped him out with a goal. And an assist like that would have gone a long way for someone like Hudson-Odoi's, I suppose confidence. He needs something like that to go in for him. But nonetheless, his work rate, his track back was brilliant to see. Timo Werner, guys, look, I can't be too critical because honestly, I feel like this guy's real position is centre-half position. He needs to play CF, more the lone striker position. I know he can play the second striker role, but until we see him by himself with Pulisic back and, perhaps Ziyech, and if it's Hudson-Odoi, it's Hudson-Odoi, but he has to be the lone striker. I think that's where his strength is, really. And Tammy Abraham, look, overall, I think he had an all right game. He won that penalty. But all in all, that cross from Hudson-Odoi really needed to be put away. I think he could do better. The whole penalty situation, as we said, we'll touch on it a bit later on. But yeah, all in all, I think the lineup was fantastic in terms of Mendy, Reece James, Thiago Silva, Zouma, Chilwell. In the middle, the pivot worked perfectly as well against a very blockbuster team like Palace, which I was a bit weary about. That I don't think the midfield would work that, especially a double pivot hasn't been working for us. We need someone, in the holding midfield position, but it kind of worked with Kante and Jorginho, and up front with Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, Tammy Abraham, and Hudson-Odoi. It really, specifically in the second half, worked magic the way we opened things up. And kudos to Frank Lampard for giving Mason Mount a bit of a break. Now let's talk about some player performances, guys. First of all, Ben Chilwell. For me, that left back performance is exactly what Frank Lampard needs. It gave us a different dynamism. It gave us a bit of a, I suppose, outlook as what we can expect down the track in this season. And I'm absolutely thrilled and excited. His goal was a brilliant finish. The way he sort of drifted into the box and that left foot hit was fantastic to see. Defensive work was great, and that cross, deep cross that comes in, which is brilliant to see as well. But also his set piece taking helped out Zouma with the goal. Overall, brilliant performance, and I'm so excited to see it. Massive upgrade for us. Second one, as I've already touched on, Jorginho. His midfield performance was brilliant. The way he pressed, the way he passed, quicker passing from the back. The build-up was a lot quicker, sharper passing, not sideways passing. And even when it was sideways, it was quick. And also, now I want to touch on the whole penalty situation, guys. Look, I'm not going to be upset with Tammy Abraham as a striker. Timo Werner was actually going in and wanting to take the penalty. It was our fourth goal opportunity, so I'm not upset with either one of those strikers wanting to have an opportunity to get a penalty. But Azpilicueta showed us exactly what type of a captain he is. He walked in there, he ran in there straight away, controlled the situation, took the ball, gave it to Jorginho, because at the end of the day, Jorginho is the penalty taker. And it'd be strange to change the penalty taker mid-game. I know he could have given it, but at the end, he is the penalty taker. Overall, guys, fantastic performance, emphatic victory against a very tough opposition that just beat Man United 3-1 not that long ago. And now we go off to an international break with big 3 points, and I'm thrilled. Honestly, as a fan, I'm thrilled. Our fan base is thrilled. I can't wait till we come back from the international break. We've got Southampton next. We've got a Champions League game against Seville after that, and we've got Man United. So it's a big week after this international break. So guys, I'll take this opportunity to ask you guys, what do you think about the match? What do you think about the lineup? What do you think about some of the player performances, especially Chilwell, Kante? Any of the forward packs? What do you think about, Timo Werner? Does he need to play centre forward? Are you happy with this? Pulisic got an opportunity as well off the bench, so hopefully we can start seeing Pulisic a lot more after the international break. And Ziyech, as I said, he's already part of the Moroccan national team, so hopefully he's back too. And the backline, guys, let me know what you thought about the backline. Do you think that's the backline that we should settle with? Or do you think maybe we should keep tinkering? I feel that was the solid backline that we could probably ask for. Overall, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. If you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. And hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see ya.